Hey guys, welcome back to Scamps Kitchen, the recipe show where we bring you sweet recipes to your home, free and simple. Today we're going to be jumping in right away with a fall recipe, one of our favorites around here, toffee popcorn bites. Now what we're going to be doing today is we're going to be using Scamps Pops. I don't blame you if you have no idea what that is. We've created a toffee popcorn with California walnuts, 3 different types of imported chocolate. It's a lot like kettle corn, but a bit better. So let's jump right in. We need this mixer today because we're going to be mixing our dry ingredients in this bowl, and we're going to be combining everything wet in this bowl. All right, so again, we're doing a toffee popcorn bite. I imagine this kind of thing for a homecoming party, maybe even like a pre-Halloween party. Something to give the kids after dinner, something to enjoy with yourself, with a nice beer on the patio. That's kind of what I'm getting the energy for this. Football's back in season. These are great to bring to a watch party for college football, to a tailgate. They're really easy. They're really easy to transport, and they're a sweet bite that you can take almost anywhere and get great reviews. So let's begin. Like I mentioned, dry ingredients first. So all-purpose flour. Now guys, if you're familiar with the show, I'm not going to give you all of our measurements today. What you can do is you can go to scampstoffee.com/recipes. You get all the measurements there. I just don't want to bore you with a cup of this, half a cup of this, tablespoon of this. Let's get right into it. So you're going to put your all-purpose flour in here. Now, there's a lot of flexibility with a lot of these recipes. So if you don't want to use Scamps popcorn, you can use your favorite popcorn. You can use your favorite kettle corn. You could even use potato chips. Doesn't really matter. The flour thing though, I wouldn't use whole wheat. I wouldn't use any alternatives. Now, while there are some incredible almond flour recipes out there, and we'll be doing those in some later weeks, this recipe does require the good old-fashioned flour, all right? So next we're going to be doing our sugar, refined white sugar. Again, we're health nuts here, as you can tell. We make toffee, obviously we're health nuts. But we're all about the alternative flours, alternative coconut flours, whatever you could want. But for this recipe, just stick with the regular sugar, trust me. You'll be happy you did. And we will bring you guys some healthy sweets at a later show, okay? Brown sugar, obviously. Throw that guy in there. We use light. You can use dark if you like. Doesn't really matter. Again, totally flexible on that. You got your baking soda right here. Throw it in there. And last but not least, butterscotch chips. So we like to use our Scamps Toffee sauce instead of butterscotch chips. But for this recipe, I know a lot of you guys are more familiar with butterscotch than you are toffee. So let's use the butterscotch for this recipe. And if you like, you can try the Scamps Toffee sauce as a tester at a later date at your home. Try it out. Message us on Facebook or Instagram. Take a picture. Let us know if the toffee sauce worked better than the butterscotch chips, because those are the kind of things that we'd love to know. All right, let's get rolling. So you're going to put all the dry ingredients into a bowl, and you are going to just give that a toss. This is super easy. You don't need to completely mix it with your wooden spoon here, because we are going to be throwing it in this guy later with our wet ingredients. And like I've mentioned in other episodes, the way that I would go, because a metal spoon, a lot of the time when it comes to baking, you can transfer that metallic taste into your baked goods. Now, a lot of you probably watching this and thinking that that is an old wives' tale, and while I completely agree that it may be, I'm a little superstitious when it comes to baking, so just take my word for it. Okay, once you have that combined, let's take our wet ingredients. So 1 whole egg, put that in there. 1 egg yolk. Keep in mind, not the white, just the yolk. Throw that guy in there. Whoop. He doesn't want to come off. We got our vanilla extract. Very important. We got our salt. I use kosher salt. You can use pink Himalayan salt. You can use French salt. You can use table salt. Does not matter. Totally flexible on that. Now, what this is melted butter. You need to melt tons of butter, because this is an incredibly buttery recipe. None of us here at Scamps Toffee are unhappy about that. Pour that right in there with all of your ingredients. And you're probably wondering, hey, Kara, when are we going to be adding the popcorn, or when are we going to be adding the potato chips, or whatever it is you choose to use in this? We are going to be adding that at the last mix, because this stuff, we don't want it to crush, to crumble. We want it to stay in its original integrity. And so we're going to save that till the end. Now, got our lid here. I don't know what kind of food processor you're using, if you're using a Cuisinart mixer, hand mixer, however you like. Just make sure you're using something electric, because these ingredients, they need to be mixed separately. And I feel like when I have done it by hand in the past, the consistency doesn't come out as ideal as I'd want it. Let's just say that. All right, so let's turn this guy on. Now you're gonna wanna mix it for about a minute and a half. Just let it sit here, let it combine, let it do its thing. We wanna get it nice and frothy before we add the dry ingredients in, okay? Now, in a moment, guys, we're gonna take a quick break. I'm gonna mix the dry ingredients into here, and then we'll come right back and I'll show you how to mix the popcorn or the potato chips or whatever crunchy element you want into this guy, okay? Be right back, stay tuned. Hey guys, welcome back. If you didn't tune into the first portion of this episode, we are doing a toffee and popcorn bite. Now, we're gonna jump right in. We are going to take our popcorn now and we're going to actually add it to our toffee batter. What we've done here is we've mixed all of the dry and wet ingredients together in a mixer, food processor, hand mixer, whatever you want. Next thing you're going to do is add your popcorn. Now, we have here is a toffee popcorn. We make it here at Scamps. You can buy it online. We have it on our Instagram if you want to check it out. But if toffee popcorn isn't your thing, you can use whatever type of popcorn you want. You can even make it at home yourself if you'd like. But what we do here with this toffee popcorn, it's called Scamps Pops, is we do all of the work for you. So we basically take California walnuts, we toast them. We take fresh air popped popcorn, oil free. We toss it in our golden toffee sauce, which a lot of you have already had. It's phenomenal. And then we add 3 different types of imported chocolates to that mix. Version of like a classic kettle corn that you might have at a fair or something like that. So that's why we're using that, because it just, you know, if you're going to take it to a tailgate or a homecoming party, or even as like a housewarming party in the fall, it's just fun to bring something that people have never had, people have never seen, and our packaging really gives you that feeling of gift giving. So get after it at scampstoffee.com. So I'm going to mix this in right here. We're going to mix about 1.5 cups of Scamps Pops in. As I said, I'm not going to give you guys all the ingredient counts, but you guys can see those ingredient counts when you make this at home at our Scamps recipe site, scampstoffee.com/recipes, or just tap the link in our bio on Instagram. We're going to have it there too. So don't do this mix with as you can see, I'm mixing it with my hands. Now you don't want to do this with a food processor, because what will happen is the integrity of the popcorn will actually break down. We do not want that. Now, if you have some big clumps in this popcorn, like say this piece, that's a bit large. What you want to do is go for pieces that are smaller, like this and this. So if you have a large piece, just crush it, break it up, put it in there. But we don't want it crushed to the point where it would be like in a food processor. So give that a good mix, give it a good knead, add a dash more. And then what we're going to do, if you can see, we have this cookie sheet right here, okay? Just your classic cookie sheet. We covered it in some parchment paper. Now you can do a canola oil spray, you can even do like an olive oil spray, but I would recommend doing wax paper or parchment paper, just because this is already can be a pretty sticky recipe, and the wax paper tends to allow these little bites to just cook in a little bit more of an even way without getting mushy at the bottom. So if you guys can see here, this is about the size of a golf ball, maybe a tad larger. That's what we want for these bites. So form them into golf ball sized bites. If you realize as you're making these that there isn't enough popcorn in each bite, do exactly what I'm doing now and seriously just open that guy up and add some more popcorn to it. This recipe, what I love about it is it doesn't require a huge amount of accuracy outside of the initial ingredients. You can kind of have fun with it. If you want to add more walnuts, if you want to add cashews, if you want to add some pecans, if you even want to add more chocolate, extra butterscotch, you can do that. It's very versatile in that way. So make these guys golf ball size. I'm going to make them right now. Stay tuned. We're gonna make these, we're gonna make about, I'd say 4, we're gonna make 12 of them, fill our cookie sheet, then we're gonna pop them in the oven, 350 degrees for 25 minutes, guys. We'll be right back. All right, guys, we're back. I just popped these things out of the oven. They're piping hot, took them off the cookie sheet and put them on a cool plate. Why did I do that? Because with these toffee balls, these toffee popcorn balls, what you don't want them to do is continue baking on that sheet. They'll lose their shape. So as you can see, nice little bite size here. Take them to your homecoming game, take them to a housewarming party. They're delicious, they're crunchy, they're sweet, and they are fall and Scamps approved, guys. Until next time, keep it sweet.